Mm. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I hope you guys are having a great day. Uh, Yash T, congrats, man. You guys absolutely nailed it last few days. Great stuff. Great stuff. They actually nailed this rally, so that's pretty impressive. Amazing, right? Now on SPX, our volatility trigger has moved to 4075, right? Which is not too far, right? I think about 80-90 points away. But above 4140, there's nothing but strength in SPX, guys. Above 4140, there's nothing but strength. And above 4100 to 4140, there's not much for me to do. Like, I don't know which way the market goes, to be honest, right? Under 4100, maybe we see some weakness or buy the dip, right? One or the other. Okay, one or the other. But again, not until we get some sort of good headlines, like a major. Pelosi was a great headline for Taiwan, but the market didn't do nothing. Right up, they were trying to. They made it a huge headline, but it wasn't. The market wasn't responsive. Right, the market did what it wanted to do. It did not care about all that stuff, and we're still getting headlines from China, Taiwan, things happening, but the market is not responding to it. All right. So for now, the market wants higher. It's simple. Gotta respect the levels. Okay. And so a lot of people probably went short on these two levels, but price action was that the market is holding. Okay. And for now, I'm basically looking for a target towards, if we can get towards 4170 is extremely hard for me. The reason being is this is one of the monthly levels. It's extremely hard, but above 4200, or I would say around 4220, 4250, I will, just for my own I believe, right, I will add some downside exposure swings. All right, that is my own thing. I will add them just for safety, and then intraday, if the market is still strong, I can play the rips. All right, so I will add some downside exposure swings if we get to this zone, right? And then obviously gotta see the market, see how everything's working out, and then we'll go from there. But for now, I think we're through this trend line. It's pretty strong, and next is this resistance right here, which comes into play from last year in 2021. All right, in 2021. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Personally, what I'm seeing happening here in the market is that this is what I see happening. Now, I don't want to make you biased or anything. A lot of people don't like it when I talk about these things, but that's what I see, and I'm going to stick with it. Right? Market comes here, we do our little la la land, whatever happens, and then here the market will actually decide if the Fed is actually going to help us or not. We have the CPI coming in next week. Is data dependent, and we see some weakness. There's a good chance that we start the new trend to the downside into September and October. All right, and then we finally see what's going to happen and whatnot, because 2023 and some things that I'm personally seeing, they're not making sense, and I'm going to stick to that common sense that I have. But okay, what's happening? All right, but for now the market is strong, and I'm going to respect it. And tomorrow, if the market does go towards through these levels, if the market goes through these levels and I have to play the upside, I will play the upside. I'm not going to disrespect it. All right, so long term I do see more downside, but for now the market is strong, is holding, and I'm going to respect it, and let's see where it goes. All right, Apple, just, it's a beast. It's, I mean, few points away from all-time highs, right? Few points away, about 10-15 more points, and is near all-time highs, right? So and this is just an amazing move. I would have never predicted this huge move, maybe at 10-15 points. But the best thing is I did buy equity here at 140, right? At this zone, I bought equity at 140, and that is definitely looking good. That's why you scale in when you get these huge opportunities. 140 was my first scale in, and that's why you do it, because you never know if the market is going to rip or come down. So that equity is looking good. Okay, it's up 26 points. All right. And so that was a great scale in. Another equity that I personally grabbed along with LB, LB also has this, is Google. I grabbed Google right here around 111ish, I think, right? A couple of red days, but then now is up, right? That equity is up, I think, almost 5%, which is huge. And I bought 300 shares, and these slowly add up, right? And eventually, if I see some weakness, I can sell some covered calls against those shares, right? And Melly absolutely ripped up 1,100 points today. Dhruv, great catch on equity, brother. I mean, that's like an options player pretty much. Great. Let's see what happens here. Many of these names are going, right? One name that I did recommend was SC. It was very tight, nice little base, and the market was holding strong. I tried to get my fills in this order. The spreads were a bit wide. I never got my fills. I did not chase. I never chase, right? Because in most of the times it ends up breaking your heart when you chase, right? But man, what a move on SC. Right now it's even up pre-market and we're back to this resistance zone. If it gets through this 87, 89 and the market still stays strong, this can go towards 100 very fast. It still has another $10 move remaining in it if we can hold above 85, 86 zone. All right. But what a great move. I missed my own play. That's fine. Not the first time. Meta, I caught it. Right. I was on it on a repeat. Right. The one thing to keep an eye on. I already showed you guys a monthly candle on this before, but what a great move, right? I'm positioned in this move to the upside, obviously, but mine is a safe play, and let's just see if I can get some time decay here and lock in some profits on my meta play. So this was a great one, and another one that we had was Tesla. These guys have been nailing Tesla intraday because premiums move a lot, but Tesla 950 is noteworthy. 950 is worth a look. Right, but this time last week we had a lot of exposure on this, so this week we also have a lot of exposure on it, right? But the only thing is we don't have a lot of puts on Tesla, right? So that puts time decay. Usually when there's a lot of puts, also that time decay when the stock moves up helps the stock even go further, right? You guys can read more about that, but the Tesla 950 worth a look. It looks like a magnet, but let's see how it performs. For me, this is too extended of a move, right? Like for me, when these moves happen, I don't chase them at top. I'd rather just let them go. That's just my own thinking, because every time these moves happen, they usually end up in a FOMO type of trade, right? And then they come down. So here, what happens? I have no idea. I'm not gonna chase Tesla. I won't be playing it, but some of these guys are nailing it. Congrats. Through 950, there's a good chance that we might even get 1,000. All right, if market stays strong. That's Tesla, and that's just how it moves, right? But below 950, risk remains of a reversal. Remember that. Below 950, risk of reversal remains. But for now, the market is strong. Gotta respect it. Dollar is just trying to hold, right? It gave us a little reversal candle, but again, here is still indecisive. So let's see if dollar can push through. If the dollar goes higher from here, right, market might see a little downtrend, but if the dollar comes down, breaks 105. If the dollar breaks 105 and lower, the market is probably going to push up higher, guys. And stocks like SC are probably going to rip more, SC and Melly especially. All right, so keep an eye on that. 10-year rates, we had a nice little reversal candle and then reversed the move yesterday. Now let's see if they make a base here and we hold these levels. What happens, right? If the rates start coming down again, then you want to pay attention to TLT. All right, because then TLT should go blast to 120 towards 125. I really wanted to grab TLT yesterday. I just I was focused on something else. It gave a nice little dip entry here, and man, it reversed. So it's showing strength, right? Commodities are just basing here, a little bear flaggy pattern I'm seeing. So let's see if commodity prices come down. If this index goes lower, that means inflation might come down in the coming months. Not immediately. These take months to play out, right? Obviously, if I buy something today, it's not just going to be in the report right away. It is going to take some time. But if commodities go up higher, then again, risk of inflation, more. Crude breaking down a bit at a very strong support level, very strong support level. So let's see what happens here. Can we hold and reverse, or do we break lower, right? But I think into 2023, we actually might go higher on crude, but for now, it's weak, and let's see what happens. And what else is there? Well, thank you so much, guys, and with that, I'll finish.